Ernest, I think by now you also know that the local currency is the best performing currency as we speak. In fact, it's been named the world's best performing currency. It has appreciated to about some 16% against the US dollar. And there's talk about the fact that the currency is, if you compare it to other, trading currencies, it has outpaced its peers. How would you accept that the government must take credit for this or not? Where do you stand on this?
You see, one of the things that affected the dollar the most, that people kept running to buy dollar, was the speculation. And we seem not to have learned from it. Now we all know that the way the dollar is going, like we were discussing off air, the market is 15 plus, right? And the interbank is 13.5. It should tell you that there is something wrong. There's something wrong. That if all over within this period, the gap between the interbank and the retail, the forex, is that big, there's something wrong. It's more than 2 cities. There's something wrong. So all I'm saying is that he's being very careful and very cautious when he's talking about that. We should rather try and improve the gains we are making. And we all know how this dollar has come to stabilize. If you say our cedi is doing well, yes, we are doing very well. But which other currencies all over the world are doing well against the dollar because of, the reasons why this is happening? The Americans are creating problems for everybody. Countries are deciding to use other means to finance their projects instead of the dollar. And therefore, automatically, it's affected. So the dollar is weakening all over the world. It's a fact. So it may not necessarily be the good things that the government of Ghana is doing that is stabilizing the dollar.
He alluded to that.
But the one thing is, they are still trying to work hard at taking credit for this. Look, when Akufo-Addo took office in 2017, how did the dollar go? Kept dropping, inflation dropping. We did so well to the extent that at a point in time, the lowest ever inflation ever, I think no, if not ever, it will be the second lowest ever in our history, happened around that time. And we knew it was also around the time when the headmaster had a cane and was standing on our neck. The IMF was in control. So there are so many reasons why certain indicators of our economy will be doing very well. And that is why I still agree with him when he said he is treading very cautiously. He's being very careful. Because 2017, 2018, into 2019, anybody who checks the economy, I think we've done this exercise here before. And he should have the numbers that I sent to him. Go and check. He said, it's Bank of Ghana data. That data we were discussing was Bank of Ghana. And check all the numbers. You see that we did very well. So the NDC should be a lot more careful on trying to accept things and take credit for them. Somebody did that, and my good brother just referenced the key and the lock. And I don't want to.
You admit that Dr. Bawumia did that.
I don't want to believe they want to make the same mistake.
Oh, so it was a mistake.
Oh no! With the benefit of hindsight,
yeah,
we knew that the indicators were doing very well. Everybody alludes to the fact. It wasn't long, and COVID struck. So
you're going back to COVID.
No. Once he spoke about COVID and Russia and Ukraine, you know what he added? He wishes that internal and external factors will not impact. So you see, we are saying the same thing. I agree with anybody who is careful when you are talking about the Ghanaian economy and the gains we are making. And I believe that once we take out the kind of things that we are doing to send our cedi and all the whole economy drowning, things will be better. Look, when you look at, besides the interbank and things, look at gold. You remember our conversation on your show, the Saturday show, about gold?
Yes.
That day, you remember the issue I raised?
True.
that gold, Ghana, it got to a time when our economy, that wobbly, shaky economy, was only relying, the backbone was the gold we were sending out. 2022, 2023, 2024. If you look at the numbers, we were being saved by gold. They said it was a sham. You remember the show? He hosted the show. Sammy and I were on this show here. When you were saying that they will probe gold for oil and they will punish people, people will go to jail. You remember? Then you come into office and then you say that there will be a gold board. And look at the numbers you were churning out. January, February. I was just writing it. January, February,
But are you
March.
aware that the gold for oil program has been discontinued?
No, you are not calling it. Oh, you know, our friends have done a lot of things.
Okay.
You are not calling the blue, you call them blue water guards.
Blue chip investors.
No, the blue water guards
Oh, the blue
are
water
just
guards,
what we call the river guards. Is it not the same young men and women you go and train and put out there, who we know that they cannot catch any galamsey because the galamsey is better equipped than him?
The reason why I talked about it.
What I'm saying, I'm giving you.
Okay.
We had Planting for Food and Jobs.
All right.
Don't they have a similar thing in a different name? It's just the same. The same person wearing a different suit.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the fact that you change the PMMC's name to Gold Board or something, and you have added, I'm not saying it is wrong, but what I'm saying is that in January, you exported $506 million worth of gold. In February, you did $579 million of gold. In March, you did $742 million of gold. And in April, you did $897 million of gold. Where are you getting the gold from? So when Dr. Bawumia said that we should store our value in gold, back your currency with the resource you have that can help you back your currency.
But that's not a Dr.
They
Bawumia
said
invention.
it was wrong.
Who does
We are
not
not
know?
saying it was invented.
No, but you're making
we
it
are not
look like
talking.
it's
The
a
car
Dr.
you
Bawumia
drove here,
invention.
the car you drove here
Yeah.
may be different from the first car that was invented, but it's still the car. And when they ask for the one,
No, but these are instruments. Any central
what
bank where it is sought.
what I am saying is,
Right, resort to
the man.
have currency
Let me,
stability.
maybe you don't have the background. The background of the gold for oil.
Maybe it's because of how you are mixing all
No.
of these arguments we are having.
What
we
I
move
am-
from
what-
gold, we move from
What I am just
marine
touching
gas
on, I'm
and
just
all of these
touching
things
on the
without
things
actually
that
the
you
real
said and just telling you that the contextualizing is that we are saying the dollar is, the CD is doing well.
Yeah.
And I'm giving you the reasons why I believe it might not necessarily be some of the things that the government has done now that is saving it. And I was referencing some of the conversations that we have had earlier.
No, but you see what I'm saying.
But the point I'm
blueprint
making is,
of any government of its fiscal year is its national budget. Have you not read the budget in March? What have been the indications of the budget? Has it
so
not been
are you
received
telling
by
me
the
things that
economy?
were done in the budget
No, I'm
are
not
what
saying
is-
things. You see,
No,
you started by talking about speculation.
Let's
right?
be careful.
Speculation is not
I'm
only
coming.
negative.
I'm coming. Let's be careful.
Speculation
Are you
has a
saying that the
positive
budget you have started implementing is what is occasioning the gains?
No, what I tell you is that part of it is, you spoke about
Please,
speculation.
please.
Do you only view speculation as a negative thing?
No, let's be specific.
No, do you have?
No,
do you
I'm
view-
not viewing it like I want us to be
Yeah, so
specific.
part of the budget is
specifics is
positive
what
speculation.
have you implemented in your budget today
that
has impacted all the indicators
what I am
we are
telling you
referencing?
here
No,
is-
if
Okay,
you
so
allow,
I'm coming
let
to
me
you.
let me finish. Let me
asking
finish my point. What I'm trying to say is all this gold that we had just sold out, possibly one of the things that is helping our currency to stabilize. And I'm asking him, where did it come from? It came from the gold we have already. Look, by the time they were taking office, our gold reserves, the program that was launched by the Akufo-Addo government that they are bastardizing, left in office 30.35 tons. 30.35 from I think 7 or 8 to 30.35. You came in 4 months, you have only 31 point something, thereabout. So what I'm saying is that it is nothing that this government had done seriously. But when you...
Absolutely nothing.
I'm not saying absolutely. I use the word nothing. When you say absolutely, then you are expanding.
So, but when you say so nothing.
So now,
Nothing.
it is not the activities and the actions that you have taken on your budget that has currently occasioned the gains that we are seeing. And I am saying it on authority that whatever gains we are making, I agree with him when he said, let's rather tread cautiously. Let's tighten all the knots, all the areas where we think the gains are coming from. Let's further look at if really the dollar, if we followed, if the MPP won, one of the things that would have happened was that the gold coin that we introduced, we were saying people should stop investing in buying dollar and go to hide it. Because demand and supply will automatically kick in, basic. The moment everybody is rushing after the dollar, or whether you like it or not, it will come. But we are saying don't rush and go and buy dollar as a store of value. Rush and buy gold as a store of value. And if you did that, that was going to stop people from chasing dollar every day, and the dollar would drop. So some of the things that were done then is affecting the economy now. Let's save, let's back our currency with gold. Let's not rather spend on. But the actual expenditures you are making and the things that are seeing our cedi rise, I am saying, may not necessarily be only government activities. It is mainly, one, the external factors that he alluded to. I have just mentioned the Trump factor and other things. And then you are looking also, if beyond the Trump factor, we are looking also at the activities that we have put in place and the headmaster trying to compel us to do the right things. And let us not run away from that. Let's maintain the gains. The speculation has stopped. You know, every election year, those things happen. People want to get out when the campaigning gets heated. People get scared. Some foreigners may want to go and hide somewhere small, get out of town and all that. So all those things contribute to the drop of the currency within a certain period of time. It's not always, but sometimes it can happen. But what I am saying is, for they to jump and come and take the credit and begin to say hooray, he has just referenced locking the dollar and keeping the key. And if you don't take care, we will get back here. So let's pray that all the negatives that happen and we are not able to do what we will do as a country, the negatives do not come. And then we stop this political ping pong with our currency.
Well, I mean,
and then we will be fine. We will be very fine. Look, I just wrote something here that besides the steps that the previous government took, that we are seeing the gains now, including the unfortunate, but the word unfortunate may be true, but deciding to even go to the IMF in the first place. It's part of the gains you are enjoying now.
But you went with your tail in between your legs.
Who has? You went there before us.
You not go to the IMF.
I said, His Excellency, the former president, was there before Akufo-Addo went. Oh. So somebody got there first. I don't know whether his tail was up when he was going. Your tail will definitely be between your legs when you are going to that.
I need to correct some. You should be done. You've given me so much time. Okay. Yeah.